Okay, so they are going to play Falco Puff. We saw Principoo, we saw Druggedfox Principoo. This is a different level of Puff. But philosophically, based on how HBox plays, based on how Principoo plays, it's similar, right?
You know, like at initial glance, I would say so. But Hungrybox, if he plays, like ultra defensive, the Foxes are just going to creep damage on him. And I think Hungrybox realizes that he has to play somewhat aggressive, whereas Principoo is really content with just fading back a lot more, and to just make their opponents really frustrated. I don't think that's Hungrybox's. Other than when he planks, generally speaking, in the neutral when they're playing on stage, Hungrybox is usually their aggressor.
Oh, that was an amazing pickup by HBox. He's played the first stock so well. He's elevated his level of play so high at the end of 2015 and going into 2016.
Yes.
And with Leffen maybe not being able to show up to some tournaments, it's, he might be able to contend for #1 very soon.
Yes.
Druggedfox, another rising star. But this is, I wouldn't call this an experiment tournament for him, but he is going to new main, right?
Yeah. Seems like he has a new main like every month.
A little bit. But he, he's one of these multi-character masters, right?
Yeah.
He's happy in a lot of situations.
He's also a multi-game master.
Oh,
Little
yeah.
known fact, he beat Chris G in Marvel before.
Isn't Chris G like godlike in that game?
Yeah. It was before that Virgil, Morgan Doom team came out, or like before he popularized it. But he has a winning set on YouTube of beating Chris G.
Wow. So I mean, you hate to overuse the word fundamentals, but he's got him.
Yeah. He just has a keen sense of like option spacing, all that jazz.
Perfect jump by HBox to cover all possible side Bs coming in, and then he was just going to react to the up B.
Yeah.
But Druggedfox keeping this very respectable so far. More than anything, Druggedfox much, he's a lab rat, right? HBox, not really.
I would say so. He has a coach. They've been testing out new things. Maybe it's not as public, but I imagine that Hungrybox. Is that
wow.
Fox?
Looking like Fox out there. Nicely done. Even stocks. Florida is getting pretty analytical now that I think about it, right?
Definitely.
You've got 20 GX. You have everyone trying to optimize their game. You have Georgia, a very, very cognizant school of Melee.
Yeah. We'll say intentional. I think that's a pretty good word.
Intentional, yeah. Absolutely.
In the way they practice and want to improve.
And it looks like HBox, with the help of maybe some of his friends, some of his community, is bringing himself into that.
Yeah. And so what I'm wondering here, so we're seeing them both on opposite stages. Druggedfox is very commonly going on top platform. And they're both going to see like how are they reacting, what part of the stage do they want to prioritize. It's going to be interesting to see when the first player makes a ballsy play on stage to intercept their opponent's movement. Oh, is that it?
This is not it. He does have to re-grab Tech Chase. Whoa. That was a lot of damage. Can he make it back?
Ooh. The one thing you had to really pay attention to was just that air dodge.
You really do. It's the last resort. Up smash out of shield.
Might as well. I don't think there's any other strong punch you can really get.
Trying to hit damage and launches. No! Druggedfox, no! Looks at his controller. That's a Falco main. That is a Falco main. And wow. That's going to happen. I would be too. HBox looks very happy. He put on a clinic of edge guarding that game.
Yeah.
Actually extremely neat. Druggedfox is going to have to keep it together. Incredibly tough ending the game. But it wasn't as heartbreaking as it could have been, right?
Yeah.
I mean, HBox had a lead, wasn't last stock. So he'll probably be able to shake that off.
A lot of his approaches come based on going to top platform, getting to the middle of the stage, and then seeing if Hungrybox will do something, and if not, then Druggedfox is okay with running back to the ground on the other side of the stage. He's trying to like fish and see how Hungrybox is going to play to certain positions and see if he can get some sort of read.
Solid game plan.
Ooh, missed Waveland. Ooh, very close.
So when we first saw PP start to beat HBox in this matchup, we saw a lot of interesting looking things off grab, right? We saw down throw, down smash reliably. We saw up throw dare. We saw up throw up air.
Yeah.
And it looks like HBox over the years has definitely learned how to cope with that.
I mean, he's had to endure a lot, right? Because, when you play against the Puff, that's like winning.
Ooh, wow.
when you play the Puff and you have a target on your back, like everybody's gonna think of like the most cheesy strategy that is possible with their character. And Hungrybox has seen a lot.
HBox burned all the jumps. I can't believe that happened. They laughed. They have a good time, but that was 5 jumps. HBox kind of mysteriously doesn't count jumps sometimes.
That's a really interesting mix-up to Tomahawk into up tilt because most people expect to grab, spot dodge, up tilt covers it. I really like seeing these little mix-ups in those situations.
Puff's aerial maneuverability makes empty jump into grab or that kind of thing fade back so very interesting, and it's what made Mango the Puff that he was, and such an interesting player. It influenced everything else he did.
Yeah.
Oh, nicely done there. Good shine stall. No, he actually landed on Randall up B on accident. HBox picks up another edge guard.
Ooh. I always love when players land and they do the fade back. I feel like Prince Abu would have rested there and
Just instantly off the
yeah.
up throw.
I feel like trading stocks would be ideal, but maybe he's saying like my stock is worth more than yours, so why increase some sort of variance to it?
It's a confident approach. There's also the fact that a lot of people don't DI the up air in the way that Druggedfox did. Nice! Fantastic recovery there. Dare, maybe Puff could have lived.
Yeah.
Hard to say with the 5-jump balloon character.
Good spot dodge to avoid the grab.
And you know Druggedfox is labbed when he's vulnerable to things like drill grab, those types of things. What works on his side?
I think one thing that rarely gets talked about, you know, because of the character perception is just how good Hungrybox's edge guards have been ever since circa Paragon. Like, I don't see a miss very often against up Bs from Spaceys.
Yeah, he's doing fantastically this set so far. Tried for the regrab. Druggedfox knew exactly what he was looking for, though. Another platform tech chase. Many up airs, and this is going to be wall plane to finish it out. Oh, Druggedfox with his last bit of life in this. That will be another edge guard. That's game 2. HBox up 2-0. And okay, Druggedfox now into the think tank. HBox feeling very confident. Druggedfox, I'm sure, has a lot of very interesting ideas about what stage to go. Typically, what do you think he's going to do? He's going to go right back to Yoshi's.
I mean, I feel like it's just executing your game plan better, right? Because, like, with this matchup, you have hundreds of interactions, right? Because you're not zero to deathing every stock. You get a hit, they get a hit, and just winning more those little exchanges more often. Right now, Hungrybox is winning everything.
Okay, he does make it back, but HBox put on an incredible amount of percent. This time he waits, he covers everything. HBox is looking really good today.
As we say that,
Wow. Sorry, HBox. Yep, he's back. He tried covering it, the cute little dash dance. Wow, that kills on this stage?
Yeah.
At that percent.
I think I was more surprised at how low.
Oh, and off the top. At that part of the stage, it's so hard to get off the side.
And even worse was the fact that he got star KO'd, meaning that there was no punish he could have really done. Although Hungrybox is in kind of a compromised position, Druggedfox was only able to get 5% off of that.
And again, we saw Druggedfox get a grab, up throw. HBox works his way out of that, though. It's not the old days anymore.
It seems just like back air or any form of throw from Jigglypuff that gets his opponent off stage just looks ridiculously broken the way that Hungrybox utilizes it, because you just feel so threatened.
This gives me nightmares. He's been edge guarding every single time. All of his setups are great.
And I'm liking these tomahawks or like empty jumps into up tilts. It seems like a really good mix-up, and it seems to combo very well. Wow.
Okay.
Druggedfox shaking his head.
So he'll take this as data. He'll try and learn a little bit more about the matchup. Maybe decide if Falco's the character for him in this. What do you expect to see in the future?
Well, Druggedfox just really believes in Falco. I think the cycle of Falco is this. You think Falco's really good, fun to play, and then you get gamped a few times. You lose some ridiculous matchups due to stupid things where you're outplaying your opponent, and then he gets a Falco rage and quits. I'm totally messing.
It's pretty true, though. I mean, you talk to the people who are switching to Falco, switching off for Falco. It's a beautiful cycle of melee. But I trust Druggedfox. You know,
Yeah.
he'll find what's right for him. Falco might be it. Just maybe not in this set right now. HBox looking incredibly strong. Looking to close out a 3-stock endgame 3.
Ooh. Hungrybox ready for that down air.
That would have been sick. That would have been so sick if he killed him off that.
There we go.
Nicely done.
Jab, a very underrated killing tool.
Oh no! Could that be the controller? HBox